Exodus 2. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived, and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime, and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sister stood afar off, to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrews' children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child, and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, Because I drew him out of the water.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful lake out there, which we word and truth, and in sincerity across the 4 winds. In the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. All right, and what I want to get into today, is a continuation in the book of Esther. All right, now Ratazah, we cover 2 chapters. Okay, the 6th chapter and the 7th chapter. Okay, because at this time, all right, Esther, has thrown a banquet, okay, for her husband, King Xerxes, and Haman, okay, the Agagite, which is the antagonist, okay, of this account, okay, and the stage is being set to where the Lord, is going to start playing on the mind of the characters, okay, in this account, okay, for his will to come across, all right, and then chapter 6 and 7, is dealing with promotion, and it's dealing with vengeance, okay, which we're coming into a time now, okay, as we're about to see, all right, Jacob, all right, the remnant promoted in the earth, okay, and we're about to see the vengeance, all right, of our power on Esau Edom, okay, so this is what we're seeing now, all right, in the book of Esther, where we're going to go through promotion and vengeance. Well, that's what we're going to see on the large scale, as we see promotion and vengeance between, Mordecai being promoted, okay, and Haman, okay, the Lord exacting vengeance on him, all right, and that's just, a small scale of what's going to happen between the nation of Israel and the nation of Edom. Okay, a great promotion coming for the remnant of Jacob. Okay, and great vengeance is coming on the whole nation of Edom. Okay, with the death of captivity. You see? So let's get started. When you read this, in the book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 1. All right, this is in the NLT. It says, that night the king had trouble sleeping, so he ordered an attendant to bring the book of the history of his reign so it could be read to him. Okay, so at this time, Xerxes is having problems sleeping. Okay, because the Lord is starting to play on his mind. Okay, because these chapters, all right, are pretty much the climax, of the book of Esther. Okay, and you read this in the book of Job, as we know, a man's goings are of the Lord. Okay, so the Lord has the angels playing on the mind of King Xerxes. Okay, but his will to be done. All right, that's why you get that in the book of Job 33 and 15. All right, it's the book of Job, chapter 33, verse 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he opened in the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. Okay, so the Lord put the spirit on King Xerxes, okay, to go into the book dealing with his reign. Okay, and we're going to see how the timing of the Lord is perfect. Okay, is impeccable, when it comes to the timing of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay, so going back to the book of Esther, chapter 6, it says, that night the king had trouble sleeping, so he ordered an attendant to bring the book of the history, okay, of his reign so it could be read to him. In those records, he discovered an account of how Mordecai had exposed the plot of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the eunuchs who guarded the door of the king's private quarters. They had plotted to assassinate King Xerxes. All right, so now he's coming back to that account, okay, when Mordecai, snuffed out, an assassination attempt, okay, an assassination, right, plot on the king. As Mordecai told Esther, and Esther told the king, and she gave, credit to Mordecai for the information, for the intel. Okay, so Xerxes, the spirit had Xerxes to go over this, okay, to bring that account back to mind. Okay, and then we're gonna see the timing of it. All right, verse 3, it says, what reward or recognition did we ever give Mordecai for this? The king asked. His attendants replied, nothing has been done for him. Who is this? It says, who is that in the outer court? Okay, so he's asking his attendant what's been done for Mordecai, and the attendant's like, nothing. Okay, so King Xerxes hears someone in the outer court. All right, so we read verse 4. It says, what is that in the outer court? The king inquired. As it happened, Haman had just arrived in the outer court of the palace to ask the king to impale Mordecai on the pole he had prepared. So it just so happened Haman, okay, was on the way to the king's quarters, okay, to request that Mordecai be impaled. Okay, but the Lord already had it set up for Mordecai to be blessed. Okay, so here it is. All right, this devil, his mind, all right, is to eradicate Mordecai, and not only Mordecai, but all the Jews in the Persian Empire. Okay, so as he's plotting wickedness, okay, on Mordecai and Israel, the Lord, all right, is getting ready to bless. Okay, and they remind you in that account in Numbers. Look, there's Numbers. Is it 23? Let's see. Yep. This is Numbers 23 and 19. It says, the Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and he shall not make it good? Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he have blessed, and I cannot reverse it. Okay, because as you had, all right, Balak, okay, wanted to put curses on Israel, during the time we was conquering, and coming in through the land of Canaan, okay. Joshua and the militaries of Israel were conquering heathen kings, okay, going into the promised land. And as we got around the borders of Moab, okay, Moab, all right, the king of Moab wanted to curse Jacob, okay, so he hired this Midianite, warlock, okay, to put curses on the children of Israel, but he couldn't do it. And the Lord was showing him, had opened up Balak, and showing him visions, okay, of Israel being blessed. Okay, so he's telling the Moabite king, like, look, there's nothing I could do to curse these people. The Lord has it to where these people gonna be blessed, and it can't be reversed. Nothing on the left-hand side could reverse the blessings that will come to Jacob. Okay, so when you read Numbers 23 and 20 says, behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he have blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He have not beheld iniquity in Jacob, okay? He have not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither have he seen, all right, perverseness in Israel. The Lord, his power is with him, and the shout of the king is among them, okay? So, this shows you that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, has full authority of the affairs in the earth. No matter what it looked like, no matter how it looked like it's finna go, no, the Lord has the last say so. Okay? So as Haman, with his authority that he had, under the king, all right, he had his mind set up, to do harm, all right, to Mordecai. All right? But we're finna see the Lord do the exact opposite and show favor to Mordecai, man. You see? And just as the elect, all right, there's no iniquity in the elect, because the elect have been predestined to win from the beginning. Okay, let's get there real quick in 2nd Ezra, as we always talk about, the time of doom. 2nd Ezra 7. Okay, and let's see. Yep, 2nd Ezra 7 and 43. And it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. Okay, and we're coming to the day of doom. Doom for who? Esau, Edom. Okay, 2/3 of our people, these heathens. Okay, but Mordecai, the elect, all right, will have the favor of Mordecai. Okay, the elect have promotion to look forward to. Okay, as you read on in the next chapter, verse 44, intemperance is at the end, okay, which is undisciplined, okay, this society, okay, infidelity is cut off, unbelief, okay, because you're not going to be able to say, well, I'm an atheist. No, the Lord going to be judging, okay, you're not going to be, okay, to say you're an atheist when the Lord is judging in the earth. Okay, when you're being judged, you're not going to be, well, I don't believe in the Bible. No, the Bible is finna knock on everybody's front door. Prophecy. Okay, so infidelity, that spirit of unbelief, is going to be cut off. Scripture say, all eyes shall see him. Speaking of Yahweh. Okay, there you go. So there's not going to be any unbelief in that day. Okay, you can't say you don't believe in a lion. You don't believe that lions are real while you get mauled by a lion. Okay, you see? And it says, intemperance at the end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Okay, which that's happening now. Okay, you see? We're gradually seeing truth begin to dominate the narrative in the earth, man. Okay, and it's going to be the only narrative to come soon, the truth. Okay, at the return of Yahushua. And this the point. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed. Okay, as we're going to go into Haman, No one can save him from the judgment that was already the Lord had set up. Okay? So for Esau, Edom, because everyone wants to be a shield for this nigga when you go into the Bible, okay, and you speak about the judgment of the wicked, okay, us being the real chosen people. Well, the only thing that people are concerned about is deliverance for Israel. I mean, deliverance for Esau, okay? Some type of mercy for Esau. Well, no, okay? All the niggas on TikTok will not be able to deliver Esau from this judgment, man. Okay? The scriptures say that the Lord has an evil against his whole family, which he would not remove his neck, neither will he go away haughtily, man, which is proud. Okay? This devil was used to, being on the hot seat, okay, but escaping judgment and being proud about it. Okay? Hey, how you doing, man? So, as you keep reading, it says, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory. Okay? So, you're not going to be able to stop the judgment of the wicked. And there's nothing that can be done to stop or oppress those who was predestined to get the victory, man. Okay? You can't stop the promotion, and you can't stop the Lord's vengeance, man. Okay? And that's what we're seeing being prepped to come to the earth, man. As he raised up the elect, all right, to rebuke the wicked, okay, and to repent, under Yahushua, all right, as Lord will their number, we're getting ready to be promoted, okay? And as Esau is being exposed, all right, this man is on trial, well, the Lord's going to exact vengeance as a righteous king would do, okay? So, as you go here, back to Esther, Haman, all right, Haman, he's coming in thinking, he's, all right, think to, okay, get the green light, okay, to make an example of Mordecai for not bowing, for not being in fear, okay, of his authority, okay. But we're going to see, all right, that he runs into the exact opposite, man. So let's get that. Let's go back to Esther, the 6th chapter. All right, this is the book of Esther chapter 6, okay, and verse 4. It says, who is that in the outer court? The king inquired. As it happened, Haman had just arrived in the outer court of the palace to ask the king to impale Mordecai on the pole he had prepared. Okay, so the attendants replied to the king, Haman is out in the court, bring him in, the king ordered. So Haman came in, and the king, all right, it says Haman came in, and the king said, what should I do to honor a man who truly pleases me? Haman thought to himself, who would the king wish to honor more than me? Okay, going back to the pride of this devil, man. He's so full of himself, and self-centered. Okay, that narcissistic spirit, that main character spirit. So in his mind, when the king is asking about how he should honor a man, he automatically thought, oh, he's talking about me. Okay? Feeling himself, man. All right? Thinking way too much of himself. Okay? And the scripture tell you, all right? When you go to Proverbs, I believe it's 26 and 12, all right? Proverbs 26 and 12, it says, seest thou a man wise in his own consent? There is more hope of a fool than of him. Okay? And in the mind of Haman, he judged himself worthy of honor. He doesn't see anyone else that should be honored but him. Okay? Because a pride will have you blind. Okay, you remember the Lord just had Esther, was put the spirit on Esther to set up a banquet, okay, to where it was just the king, okay, Haman and Esther. All right, And then the next day, the Lord had to where the king, started going over the records of his reign, and he come across that account with Mordecai. Okay, and just as Haman is on the way to condemn Mordecai, all right, the spirit is on Xerxes to bless Mordecai. So Haman in his mind, like, shit, man, it was just me, the king, and Esther yesterday, so he got to be thinking of honoring me. Okay, see, hey, the Lord is playing hey, chess, and he's always way ahead of everyone that's in the game. Okay, the Lord is multiple steps. You see, the Lord finished this chess game, all right, from the beginning. Okay, so these pieces that we see being moved around, okay, certain moves being made, well, the Lord already made these moves, man. Okay, he just running back on replay and it's playing itself out again, man. Okay, but hey, Haman in his mind, he's deceived, because that's why you go to Job 12 and 16. All right, so the Lord knows how to puff you up to where you're blinded with pride and you make terrible moves, so the Lord can, all right, execute the judgment that he want to execute. Okay, the Lord can have you humble, abased, on point in the spirit, so he can promote you. But it's all of the Lord, because we're nothing but chess pieces being moved in the Most High's game. Okay, and ultimately it's set up for King Yahushua, all right, to take over the board. Okay, so when you go to Job 12 and 16, it says, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his, man. Okay, so he allowed Haman, to be second in command under King Xerxes. Okay, to be invited to the exclusive banquet with Esther. Okay, the King Xerxes, and him himself. Okay, so he can be puffed up. Okay, so when Xerxes is asking about, how should he honor a man, he immediately thought he was talking about him. Okay, because he's at the peak of his pride. Okay, that's when people are most vulnerable, when they're at the peak of their pride, because they get tacky, they get sloppy, they get careless. All right, they become blind. Okay, they become delusional. There's this sense of invincibility. Okay, thinking they have more reach, authority, and power than they actually have. Okay, and this is what we see this devil at now. All right, that's why you even go here, Jeremiah 49, and we'll get back to it. Jeremiah 49 and 16, and this is what these devils are at now. Especially, this American government, okay, which is the top government of Esau Edom at the time. All right, it said Jeremiah 49 and 16, thy terribleness have deceived thee, okay, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, and holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest, all right, as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Okay, so the devil, the Most High, all right, has these devils in the trick bag. He's built them up, allowed them to, reach, feats that no heathen has ever got to. And this devil is deceived by that. In his mind, this devil really think that he has the ability within himself to defeat prophecy, man. Okay, to bypass the will of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. This devil really has this in his mind. Okay, but pride makes you think like that. Okay, pride have you blinded to consequences, man. Okay, and to your true ability. Okay, you begin to have an overinflated ego. Okay, and the delusion of the true power that you really have. Okay, or the lack thereof. Okay, so let's go back to the book of Esther, chapter 6. All right, it said, what reward this is, I read verse 6 again. It says, so Haman came in, and the king said, what should I do to honor a man who truly pleases me? Haman thought to himself, whom would the king wish to honor more than me? So he replied, if the king wishes to honor someone, he should bring out one of the king's own royal robes, okay, as well as a horse that the king himself has ridden, one with a royal emblem on his head. Let the robes and the horse be handed over to one of the king's most noble officials, and let him see that the man whom the king wishes to honor, okay, is dressed in the king's robe, all right, and led through the city square on the king's horses. Have the officials shout, okay, as they go, this is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor. It says, excellent, the king said to Haman, quick, take the robes, all right, and my horse, and do just as you have said for Mordecai the Jew, who sits at the gate of the palace. Leave out nothing you suggested, okay? So Haman took the robes and put them on Mordecai, all right? So not only is Mordecai being promoted, but he has the one, all right, to serve Mordecai, man. And that goes back to the blessing, okay, of Jacob. You see? So he has the one, all right, to serve Mordecai. You see, he's been ordered to serve Mordecai, man. Okay? As you know, Mordecai is on the royal horse. You know, the horse represents power. You know, he's giving those kingly robes. Okay, that honor. You see? So not only is Mordecai being promoted, what the Lord had set up with Haman was going to serve him in that promotion, man. Which goes back to what? The blessings. All right? This is Genesis 27. Okay, and 20 and 28, going to the blessings given to Isaac from Jacob. It said, therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of earth and plenty of corn and wine. All right, and that's the authority of the whole earth. Okay, and the resources. Okay, you see, because these devils that they rule, okay, over the earth, and they have the resources, man. Okay, but it's a temporal blessing, and it's watered down because the earth doesn't yield this strength for Esau, man. We're going to get the earth in this strength. We're going to get the earth in true paradise. Okay, the whole earth is going to be upgraded within our blessing, man. Okay, it's going to be far. It's going to far exceed, okay, what Esau has, man. Okay, verse 29, it says, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons, okay, these are specifically speaking of Edomites, all nations are going to be in servitude, okay, but it's going to really be a torment, and that's what's going to be the main torment to Esau, Edom, is us being in power, and this devil being the tail while we're in power, man. You know, that's why it's going to be his hell, our heaven and his hell, man. Okay, and it says, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. All right, cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee, man. And let's get this word serve, which in the Hebrew is, all right, get that word serve in the Hebrew, which is abad, okay, which goes into work, to serve, all right, to labor, okay, to work for another, serve another by labor, okay. It says to cause, to compel, to labor or work, to cause, to labor, to cause, to serve, okay. So we see that the Lord had it to where Haman, all right, became a servant to Mordecai in the instant. Okay, let's get another one in Isaiah. Okay, Isaiah 60. Okay, the book of Isaiah chapter 60 verse 14. It said, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, all right, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, okay, the city of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, okay. So this is us in our promotion, okay, and this is Esau, okay, in his servitude, man, okay, being we're gonna get that vengeance, okay, because we're gonna have complete authority over the devil, man, okay, and the devil, you know, they've been throwing around these conversations for decades talking about reparations, but these devils had no intention on giving reparations. But true reparations would be him. He would have to come with the package. Okay? He would have to give up the earth himself. Okay? He's not going to do that. That's why Scripture says the saints going to take the kingdom. Yahweh Shai going to enforce. Okay? He's going to enforce that in the earth, man. You know? Giving us a promotion. All right? And exacting vengeance on these devils. Okay? So, you read this word. Get this word bow. Yep, it says to bow, all right. In the Hebrew, it's shahah, okay, shahah, which means to bow down, okay, before superior and homage, okay, the reverence, obeisance, okay. You see, so these devils, okay, they're gonna have to humble themselves, all right, under our authority, okay. You know, and we see a small example of that in this account, okay, because it's, you know, King Xerxes was the highest authority in the earth at the time. Well, under Yahweh Shai, we're going to see this on a much larger scale, okay. So when you go back into the book of Esther, chapter 6, okay, verse 10, and you know the devil was hurt. It said, excellent. And the king said to Haman, take the robes and my horse and do just as you have said, for Mordecai, the Jew who sits at the gate of the palace, leave out nothing you have suggested. So Haman took the robes and put them on Mordecai, placed him on the king's horse, and led him through the city shouting, this is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor him. So he had to say that. You see? Remember, he's coming, okay, to condemn Mordecai, okay, to get the go ahead to put Mordecai to death, okay, and all right, the population of Jews that was in the Persian Empire. So imagine how disappointed he was, man. Okay, showing you that what a man's going is of the Lord. Okay, verse 12, it said, after Mordecai returned to the palace gate, all right, it said, afterward Mordecai returned to the palace gate, but Haman hurried home, dejected and completely humiliated. Okay, completely humiliated, man. Okay, because remember, he was talking this shit to his family, like what he was gonna go do. Okay, so imagine you know, you done built the gallows, all right, you boasting and bragging to your family, you finna do this and do that, but now you had to parade the man that you said you was gonna have put to death. Now, okay, you're have to parade him around as a man of honor. Okay. And so he's completely humiliated, man. And we're finna see that again on a much larger scale. Esau is finna be completely humiliated, okay, with his new world order agenda. Okay, you know, his expectation that he has towards, okay, the believers, the followers of Yahweh Shai. He's gonna be completely humiliated, man. Okay? Reading on, it says, when Haman told his wife, Zeresh, and all his friends what happened, his wise advisors and his wife said, since Mordecai, this man who has humiliated you, okay, is of the seed of the Jews, all right, you will never succeed in your plans against him. It will be fatal to continue opposing him. Okay? So even, when he gets back home and they know, like, okay, he's the seed of the Jews, because they know we was the chosen people. And see, it was common, all right, it was understood, okay, amongst these heathens that we had a power that will fight for us, man. Okay? That's why you go here a few generations earlier, you can get the book of Judah. So even his people at the house, his advisors, his wife, like, look, you might want to stop barking up that tree, because the way this shit going, it ain't gonna end good for you, man. Okay? That's why you get this here in the book of Judah. This was a few generations later. All right, and this is an Ammonite, so letting you know that it was common knowledge amongst the heathen, okay, that we had a power that would fight for us if we was in good standings. Okay, so you go to the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 17, and it says, and whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the power that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, all right, and were led captives into a land, all right. They was led captives into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by their enemies. Okay, so these heathens knew, okay, that if we was in good standings with our power, all right, he was with us. They knew that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah was with us. Okay, but when he was displeased with us, all right, we would be vulnerable to our enemies, man, these heathens. Okay, so if you keep reading, it says, but now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. Okay? But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their power defend them, and their power be for them. And when he became, all right, and we become a reproach before all the world. Okay? So even this Ammonite, all right, so-called Japanese of the day, he's giving advice to, this captain, okay, of the Assyrian Babylonian Empire, okay, Holofernes. He's telling him, look, just to sum it up, if they are in good standing with their power and we go against them, okay, we gonna get embarrassed. Okay, ain't nothing we can do with them when they're in good standing with their power. Okay, we can only deal with them when their power is displeased with them. Then we can have our way. Okay, but on the other end, all right, it's gonna go bad for us. Okay, so you have here, all right, back in the book of Esther, chapter 6, verse 13, it says, and Haman told Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends everything that had befallen him. Then said his wise men and Zeresh, his wife, unto him, if Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews, hast thou, it says, before whom thou hast begun to fall, thou shalt not prevail against him, but shalt surely fall before him. Okay, pretty much telling him, look, you're through, you're done. Okay, the spirit was on them to tell Haman, look, you finished. Like the way this is trending, okay, The way you keep going out and coming back in, like, nah, this shit getting worse by the day. You see? And we see this happening for Esau now. Okay? Esau is being confounded. Okay? All this scrambling and gimmicks and tackiness that he's trying to do to establish his new world order, this man is falling. Okay? The Lord has raised up that tabernacle of David, man. You see? The Lord raised up the tabernacle of David. Okay? The house of David, the remnant for a victory, man. Okay? Reading on. And it says, while they were still talking, the king's eunuchs arrived and quickly took Haman to the banquet Esther had prepared. All right, so he just got humiliated, you know, as Mordecai was honored, and he was disappointed. Okay, so as he went back, okay, and they was telling him he was finished, the eunuchs came and got him to go to a banquet. So now it's finna get worse. You see? When prophecy is with you, it's for you. You know? You're gonna win. Everything work in your favor. When prophecy ain't with you, okay, there's nothing you can do. Okay? It only gets worse, man. Okay, so as you go to chapter 7, all right, Esther 7:1, it says, so the king and Haman went to Queen Esther's banquet. On this second occasion, while they were drinking wine, the king again said to Esther, tell me what you want. Queen Esther, what is your request? I will give it to you, even if it is half the kingdom. Queen Esther replied, if I had found favor, okay, if I have found favor with the king, and if it pleases the king to grant my request, I ask that my life and the lives of my people be spared. For my people and I have been sold to those who would kill, slaughter, and annihilate us. If we had been merely sold as slaves, I could remain quiet, for that would, all right, be too trivial of a matter to warrant, all right, disturbing the king. Okay? And the king replied, who would do such a thing? King Xerxes demanded, all right, who would be so presumptuous as to touch you? Okay? So, as Esther's like, look, you know, we've been sold, okay? We've been appointed to a slaughter, to captivity and to a slaughter, you know? So, Queen Esther's like, if it would just been captivity, you know, I probably wouldn't even spoke on it. All right? But, you know, this annihilation, this genocide thing, I got to speak up for my people, you know? So now, King Xerxes is inquiring, okay, who set this up? Okay? Verse 6, Esther replied, this wicked Haman is our adversary and our enemy. Haman grew pale with fright before the king and queen. Okay? Then the king jumped to his feet in a rage and went out into the palace garden. Haman, however, stayed behind to plead for his life with Queen Esther, for he knew that the king intended to kill him. In despair, he fell on the couch where Queen Esther was reclining, just as the king was returning from the palace garden. Then exclaimed, will he even assault the queen right here in the palace before my very eyes? And as soon as the king spoke, his attendants covered Haman's face, signaling his doom. Okay? That word doom keep coming up, signaling his doom. So the Lord had to play out as Queen Esther revealed the plot. Okay? And who was behind it. Okay? The king walked out in rage, and Haman trying to plead, you know, and he throws himself on the sofa with Esther to plead, and the king walks in like, so goddamn, so you know, so how that look? You see, and the Lord setting all this up, man. All right, the Lord has set this man up for complete failure. Okay, just as you go here. All right, so this whole time, Haman just has been setting himself up for failure, man. Okay, even the gallows that he built. Okay, everything that he's been doing this whole time, He's been setting himself up for complete failure, man. Regardless of him being promoted, getting wealthy, okay, boasting about his sons, okay, with sons represent, an extension of your power in the earth, okay, because you look at this how the earth runs, it's these small hats, okay, these small hat men that are in all these high positions in the earth, okay, but everything that this man was doing, okay, with the authority and the wealth and his enterprise, his sons, everything that this man was doing within that, he was always setting himself up for failure. Okay, so now we're seeing everything work against him. Okay, and it's all bad for Haman, and this is the position that Edom is in now. Okay, he's been set up for failure. Let's just get Psalm 73 and verse 17. It says, "Until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I therein." Because Asaph, is complaining about the prosperity of the wicked. When you go into the first few verses of Psalm 73, okay, but the Spirit is on him, to understand their end. All right, the Lord, has gave him insight to understand their end. Okay, we've entered into the sanctuary. All right, the understanding of this word. Now we understand their end, and we're comforted by it. Okay, because you read verse 18, it says, "Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction." Okay, and Esau has been set up for failure. Okay, everything that this man has done within his kingdom has set him up for failure, man. Okay, the fact that he mass produced, nuclear weapons. Okay, that he, created fighter jets. Okay, all these military aircraft. All right, to fulfill the prophecy of the war in heaven. Okay, everything that this man has set up, these dumb bunkers, DUMB, deep underground military bunkers. Okay, which that's going to be a holding cell for this man for captivity. Okay, so everything that this man has built, okay, while he was in his power, everything that he has established is going to start to work against this man, and there's going to be nothing he can do. Okay, he's been set up in slippery places. He's been set up for failure, man. Okay, so going back to the book of Esther, the 7th chapter. Okay. All right, it said, "Then Harbonah, one of the king's eunuchs, all right, said, Haman has set up a sharpened pole that stands 75 feet tall. All right, in his own courtyard. All right, he intended to use it to impale Mordecai, the man who saved the king from assassination. Then impale Haman on it, the king ordered. So they impaled Haman on the pole he had set up for Mordecai, and the king's anger subsided." Okay, that appeased his wrath to see Haman impaled. Okay, it's going to appease the wrath of Yahweh Shai to see Esau judged, man. Okay, so that little reign of terror that Haman had, okay, it ended quickly. Okay, just as Yahweh Shai said this, Esau is going to end quickly, and we're going to get promoted quickly, man. Okay, that's why you go here. What did Yahweh Shai say? This is the book of Luke chapter 10. Okay, verse 16. It said, then he said, no, verse 18. All right, this is Luke 10 and 18. It says, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." And Satan is the adversary, which in that account, Haman, okay, was called the adversary. okay, the enemy of the Jews, okay, and he fell quick. In 2 days, all right, their first banquet and their second banquet, he was done, okay. Everything that he had conjured up, okay, against the Lord's people, he was confounded, he was done, okay. The Lord disappointed him, man, all right, and we're coming to a time where we're finna see the devil disappointed on a much larger scale, man, okay. So when you go here, and we're going to be promoted in the instant. That's why you go to 1 Corinthians 15, the book of 1 Corinthians. All right, 1 Corinthians 15, get to the point. All right, 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. It says, "Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed." All right, because you're gonna have those that die in your house, okay, and then you have a lot of the elect, okay, that remain, and those that die in your house, okay, they still get the victory, okay, of immortality, getting those new bodies at the return of your house, okay. So there's no losing for the elect, okay, and that's gonna be, all right, that's gonna hurt Esau, Edom. All right, the same Israelites he put to death, all right, for following Yahushua is gonna be raised immortal, gonna be gods, okay. Yeah, that's gonna be heartbreaking to the devil, man. Okay, nothing but bad news for this devil, man, and good news for us. Okay, verse 52, it says, "In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed." That great promotion. Okay, so you're gonna have Esau, this adversary, fall like lightning, while we're being changed at the twinkling of an eye, man. All right, and that's some promotion and vengeance for your ass there, man. And this is how the Lord got this thing playing out, okay. And we have to believe in it in the worst circumstances. You see that it's playing out in our favor, and this devil loses, man. Okay, because we're going to be in circumstances that's going to look like the opposite. Okay, but that's what we got to hold fast to. That's Yahushua, ordered us. He commanded us to hold fast, to that faith and that victory. Okay, so that was the point. Lord will. All right, you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified. Till next time I say shalom. Going mashallah. Abba soon.